Happy 1 year!
It's been a whole year since we started bike touring, and we wanted to give you guys an update.
Yes, a year ago yesterday we pedaled in New Mexico. Since then, we've gone through 19 different states and 2 countries, maybe 2.5, because Hawaii was like not really the United States, kind of its own thing. But yeah, it's been an amazing journey so far.
Yeah, we've covered almost 7,000 miles on this journey and only been through 3 sets of tires.
Pretty impressive. When we first started out, we thought, okay, we're gonna give it 2 months. If we hate it, it'll be okay if we stop and turn back and go back to Austin, Texas.
Yeah, at the 2-month mark, we were in Vegas and we decided that we love this. It's an incredibly cheap way to travel, and you experience the earth and places and people in a totally different way.
Yeah, it's been amazing. So our first part of the tour, you can kind of break it up into 3 sections. We had the Southwest US, Baja, Mexico, and 2 different islands in Hawaii. So those could be considered 3 tours, even though we did that continuously. It was a very fluid and interesting way of traveling day to day. Then we regrouped for about 2 months in Texas, made a little bit of money, and then started this last tour, which we've been riding down the Mississippi River for 6 weeks.
And we're about 1 week out from our destination, which is New Orleans, Louisiana.
Yeah, and it's definitely had a different pace than our other tours. This one has been much more structured, much more mileage. We're averaging at least 50 miles every single day, and we've really put a lot of pressure on ourselves this time around. So any lessons learned so far?
Well, we've covered tons of mileage, like Sarah was saying, and I didn't think that I would ever be able to cover 90 miles in one day. But our stamina levels are pretty impressive, and we can eat everything we want to, which is awesome as well.
Yeah. But from here, we are planning to return back to Texas, and we've got some future plans scoping out at this 1 year mark.
Yeah, we've purchased property in Smithville, Texas, and it's an undeveloped piece of property with a little tiny hunting cabin that is not livable.
Super rundown, and pretty sure there's armadillos living under the floor. So we're gonna return back to Texas and work on that, get it into like a livable tiny home space, and have that be our launching pad for bike tours and also our future.
Right. So we've got a lot ahead in store for our future, but one thing that we're going to work on is a documentary with all of this footage that we've captured. The video blogs don't really capture all of the interviews that we've conducted on this trip, and we want to get more in depth with that.
Yeah. So in December of 2017, watch for a documentary about our Mississippi River travels. And so when we get back to Texas, we're going to be doing editing, working, making up savings, and working on our land. So it's going to be a busy time, but wouldn't change a thing. This has been an incredible experience, and we hope to continue doing it into the future.
Yeah, and we're almost at 3,000 subscribers, and we would have never imagined that many people would be interested in what we're doing, but we're incredibly surprised and humble, and we thank y'all for all of the support you've given us over this last year.
Yeah, so thanks everybody for watching and supporting us and having really good dialogue in our comments, and making us feel like we're on the right path to, you know, helping change the world and save all the water. It's not a big deal.
Right, and we think water is so important, and by liking and subscribing to our videos, you help support that message and knowing about your own water source. So thank you guys.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind sharing too, doesn't only, you know, contribute to the message of water conservation and knowing your water source, but it helps us out and really gets more support to get ready for our next tour. So hopefully we can get something lined up for early 2018. Meanwhile, we'll be bike touring a little bit in Texas and doing some more local tours.
Yeah, so thank you again, guys, and on to another year of bike touring.
Yeah. Cheers to another year. Tailwinds, everybody.
Adios.
Bye.